Hi. So it's 6 days since I've had my prostate removed using the Da Vinci robot, and I decided to make a video for people who have gone through prostate surgery or are about to go through prostate surgery. I didn't look at anything on the internet or on YouTube prior to my surgery. I didn't want to raise my anxiety. And then after I thought, well, let me see what the recovery might be like. And to my surprise, there's not a lot out there. Um, I came across one video which I enjoyed. I'll put the link to that um, in the description below. There were about two or three other videos I came across which I didn't pay attention to. And not to take away from anybody's experience, but all three of these videos were done about I would say about 5, 6 years ago. And in that time, there has been progress. So some of the issues they were experiencing, um, some people today still experience them, but as not so many people experience them. So I was more interested in, what is it like now as opposed to what was it like 5 or 6 years ago. So I'm going to take you through my journey starting with the day before and working my way forward to now. So the day before, I had surgery once before. I had it back in 2006. Um, but the preparation process for this one was different. Starting with, I could eat up until midnight. I could have liquids, solid food up until midnight before surgery. Um, Solid foods up until 2 a.m. And the reason it was 2 a.m. is because my arrival time was 6 a.m. So I could not have anything within that 4 hour window of arrival time, including gum, mint, hard candies, because of the sugar in them. The night before, I also had to shower with an antiseptic cleanser called HibaCleanse. If you don't know how to use it, there are videos that will explain it to you, but I'll just give you a brief rundown. Um, you To use it, first of all, you don't use it on your face, your genitals, or your anus. Those are the most sensitive areas of your body. You don't use it on there. Everything else from the neck down to your feet, you use it. Stand under the water, rub it on you using your hand or a towel, and then rinse off, and that's it. Afterwards, no creams, no lotions, no oils, none of that. No cologne, nothing. Um, and then I had to use it again the day before. So it's the night before, and then when I woke up in the morning before leaving, I had to use it again. The only thing I did for me, because and the nurse told me I could, is I could put deodorant on since they weren't operating under my arms. I also went ahead and put aftershave lotion on after I shaved. The only difference was usually when I shave, if I'm going to shower, I would shower first and then shave. Um, because as most men know, the shave is 100 times better. But because I'm not supposed to put anything on after the HIPAA cleanse, I shaved first, put the aftershave lotion on, then I showered. When I showered, I did not wash my face because I didn't want to take the lotion off. For me, that was fine. Okay. And before I continue, I will, just say everything I'm giving you is my experience, based on what I've done, what I've heard for me, and also what my doctor and nurses and treatment team has told me. Each person is different. Your experience could be different than mine. Um, you know, Follow doctor's orders, okay? But this is my experience. So the day of, just, everything pretty typical. They wheeled me out of the room. I was literally knocked out by the time I got into the hallway. Did not wake up until after the surgery. And I came out the anesthesia on the dopey side. And that lasted quite a few hours. I was extremely tired, extremely out of it. Um, in general, though, I had a liquid diet the remainder of the day. Lunch was broth, jello, tea, and something like an Italian ice. Um, Dinner was the exact same. Um, I wasn't in. The only pain I was in was in my back, and that's because the the position I was in. Not to mention, I didn't realize at the time. I found this out later, and there is a YouTube video that um, shows someone getting their prostate removed using the robot. If I can put that in there, also I will. Um, the They strap you down. Okay, so basically you're not horizontal. Okay, you're like this. Okay, so this is your feet, this is your head, and your legs are parted, so that way they can. It's easier for the robot to get in there. Um, so between being on my back and in that position, my sorry, my my back was in a ton of pain, to the point where I had to call the nurse in around 8 o'clock that night and say, "Can you give me something?" So she gave me one Norco, she called it. Um, I haven't had to take any painkiller since. So that was fine. I did not have any pain in my abdomen. Some people do. I didn't. I did have a lot of soreness. And again, it was around 11 o'clock at night. The nurse came in, asked me if I was doing okay, and I told her, I said no. I said I don't have any pain. I said, but my abdomen feels like I've done a million ab crunches. Um, she gave me a anti-inflammatory, which worked. Um, and that's something I've been taking, have had to take ever since leaving the hospital. Um, so that night in the hospital, it was rough. The ability to move I could move, but it was painful, especially while my back was in a lot of pain. And then once the back pain went away, um, moving was still difficult because my abdomen was sore. And, I didn't realize, I told the nurse, I didn't realize every body part was connected to the abdomen. So if I moved my legs, that was sore. If I moved my arms, I felt it in my abdomen. Um, so the second day, doctor came by, checked in on me, and, reminded me, hey, scheduled to go home. Once you pass gas, you can go. And his last words to me were, um, I'll see you next week. Pass gas, I'll see you next week. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. So they changed my diet so that way instead of a liquid diet, I can have regular food, which would help me to pass gas. So I was home that Friday. Surgery on Thursday, home that Friday. And in that time, I have gotten better. Every day I feel better, stronger. The soreness in my abdomen has gone away. I have taken, medication. I have an antibiotic, an anti-inflammatory, and a stool softener. I have pain meds, which I have not had to take, but I got them just in case. So some of the things I've done for me, which have helped me a lot. The biggest thing was what I refer to as ADLs. For any of you who are therapists, counselors, case managers, you know what an ADL is. For the rest of you, that means nothing to you. An ADL it stands for activity of daily living, and that's hygiene, eating, sleeping. Um, for those of us in the field of counseling and therapy, we know that if you take care of your ADLs, you'll feel better. It's usually a sign that a person is getting better. If a person doesn't take care of their ADLs, if they stop showering, if they stop eating, means they're getting sicker, physically, mentally, what have you. So for me, I had to do my ADLs. I washed up, I showered, shaved, made my own breakfast, which was, for me, it's always just a bowl of cereal. I did not want to be stuck in bed, and that helped. Um, Took me 3 hours to do it all. I even did a load of laundry. Um, but after all of that, the soreness was not there as much. So I discovered that the more I move, the less sore I am. Showering, I'm able to shower. Um, Per the doctor's instructions, just go easy on the sutures and also go easy on the genitals because I have a catheter in. So basically, what I do is I just use my regular soap. Um, I have the shower head has um, some multi-set head. So I have a regular flow, the pulsating flow, a combination flow, and then a water economy saving flow. So for the first time, I've used that. That way, I'm not putting a lot of water pressure on the sutures and on the catheter. And all I do for that is, I shower as normal. I do not go over the area where the sutures are. I don't touch that at all. Per the doctor, I just, I soap up here, soap everywhere else, and then just let the water run over it. Okay, and it'll take care of itself. Um, because of the catheter, I do wash the genital area. Per the instructions, I got a pen somewhere. I'm going to use this as an example. It's important to wash it, all right, because there is some leakage. There can be buildup, and you want to get rid of bacteria, germs, all of that. Simple way to wash it is this. This is the catheter, and this is the head of the penis. The catheter is going in like that, and with a wash towel, you're washing this way, okay? So everything being washed that way, okay? That way, reason for that is so that any germs and bacteria, you do not send it into the head of the penis. If you do, you're going to be in trouble. And it is also completely okay, soapy towel, to clean this area right here, okay? I've never gotten that detailed into cleaning myself that way. So for the first time for me, it was okay. There weren't any problems. Whether I shower or not, I don't shower every day, but whether I shower or not, I do make sure to clean the penis and the catheter. Definitely don't want any kind of infection. And there's less leakage today than there was 6 days ago. It's looking clean, it's looking healthy. I had to make a non-emergency trip to the doctor yesterday because of my catheter bag. So when they checked the bag and checked me, they said everything was looking fine. So I can definitely shower. The catheter bags, I got two of them. I have a large one, what's called the nighttime bag. It holds more urine than the daytime bag. The daytime bag holds 1 liter. The nighttime bag holds like about 3 liters. In the beginning, my urine was on the pink side, and the nurse taught me to take a look at the urine in the line as opposed to in the bag. In the bag, it looks red. In the line, it was anywhere between pink and yellow. Pink and yellow was good. If it was coming out on the red side, that was not good. Okay, bloody urine was not good. There were also particles in there, which came from the fact that on the inside is healing. So just like if you have a cut on your arm and you get a scab, and the scab starts to eventually fall off, same thing on the inside. And again, one of the videos, which I'll put in the description below, shows, like I said, an actual surgery being done, which also explains why there were particles in my urine. But that cleared up 2 days ago. which was Monday. So I had the surgery Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So 4 days later, my urine was back to normal. And every day it's been normal. The only thing is, some days I give out a lot of urine, some days I don't. The nurse explained it depends on how much liquid I have to drink, and the fact that the catheter is sitting right there in the bladder. So the bladder doesn't even have a chance to get full. But if any liquid that enters the bladder is going straight into the catheter. Yesterday I had a lot of liquid, and it's like just a constant stream of urine coming out of me. Which they said that's a good thing. So, but I have a daytime bag, I have a nighttime bag. The daytime bag I have on right now, you can strap to yourself, easily walk around, put pants over it, I put sweatpants over it. When I'm at home, I have pajama pants because it's just easier. I don't like the jeans right now because they have a belt, and trying to put a belt around me and tighten it up the way I like it is uncomfortable. Okay, so right now it's just a lot of sweatpants. What else? Talked about the movement again. Like I said, the more I move, the better I feel. Less soreness. Take my meds as I'm supposed to take them, and there's not much I can't do. I can't drive. Won't be able to drive until I get the catheter out. But yeah, everything else I'm able to do. So I go back Friday. Today is Wednesday. I go back in 2 days to get the catheter removed from me, and then see what the next steps are. And then at that point, hopefully I'll find out because everything they took out of me, the prostate, the lymph nodes, all of that, they will take to get biopsied. So hopefully there'll be good news on that. Hopefully there's nothing went outside the margin of the prostate, and that everything is out of me. But at some point after that video, I will make another one to let you know what's going on, how I'm doing. And like I said, my goal is to help somebody else. All right. And finally, again, before I go, like I said at the beginning, this is my experience based on what I do for me, what I've read, what I've been told by my treatment team. Your experience, someone else's experience could be different. But hopefully this will, hopefully you will find this helpful. My thought is, something is better than nothing. All right. See you soon.